follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the third generation of the BMW X1. This is the S-Drive 18D and this is the key of the vehicle. It's a new key. This is to lock the car, this is to unlock the car, this is to open the boot of the vehicle, and this is I think to sound the alarm so that you can spot it. And now this being the M Sport obviously has the M colors on it. Straight away let's open the engine bay, and there you see, always you find strut braces in a BMW car because it's all about rigidity. BMW written here. Why does it have 5 lines when this is not a 5-cylinder engine? Insulation there, gas struts of course. Let's shut this. This car looks very much like the X3 now. It looks sharper, better, and obviously the bumper is M Sport specific, which is more aggressive. In fact, this is very much functional air curtain here. Front parking sensors on this car. The indicators functioning right now, but on the other side you can see these dual inverted L shape for the DRLs. In fact, it says BMW LED right here, and at night the lights look quite nice actually. Grille is large, but honestly it's not become as large as it would make you hate it. These are sensors I think for the radar for ADAS systems of course, and you obviously get lane keep assist right there along with the rain sensor. So that camera is for lane keep assist because the X1 gets a lot of ADAS functions. It has to, because it has to be sold in Europe. M badging here. At night it actually projects the BMW logo here, which is kind of cool for an X1 which is like the base variant. 18-inch wheels, 225 55 18. Yeah, alloy wheel design looks quite nice. M badging here as well. I mean base variant in the sense that this is the cheapest BMW you can buy in the country. There is request sensors on the front doors. Door handles are also different, yeah, which you're going to see in a lot of BMW cars. This doesn't seem functional. Car keeps getting dirty and clean and all the time because it rains anytime. Shark fin antenna is gone, so BMW has changed that. And it says BMW here. In fact, 3D effect for the tail lights. This is the rear fog light of course. Lights look really nice, indicators functioning there. It says X1 here. There is no other badging to tell this is a diesel, but where is the exhaust? There it is, hidden in this car. So one of the first few BMWs to have not fake exhaust which are not visible. There you can see is a towing hook. You get rear parking sensors. There's a reflector treatment here, and from the rear the car does look quite nice. In fact, in this blue color the car definitely looks quite good. There's a camera which also has a cleaning function. So the X1 has got a lot of kit now, including a power tailgate. OMG. Boot is decent size, I think 476 liters. Some storage space here, some storage space here as well. Light placement right there, and a 12-volt charging socket too. Spare wheel is 135/80/17, not an alloy, Chintu Mintu. An additional number plate along with the toolkit and the first aid kit. All of that is given here. Seat reclines in 40-20-40 format of course, but press a button and the boot shuts. Oh my god, the X1 is so loaded with a lot of features. The rear spoiler also has a different type of a design. You get a high mounted stop lamp, rear wiper washer as well. Let's get into the rear because now it is more spacious. Firstly, to recline the seat, all you need to do is pull it like this, and you have to use 3-4 hands. So I'm just going to try that right now. Yeah, there you go. So it's easy to recline it if you want to increase the boot carrying capacity, and that is the most upright one. So yeah, you can make it further go behind, multiple angles as well. So yes, very comfortable rear bench, and this actually slides by 130 mm as well. So if you want to reduce the boot carrying capacity, slide it all the way behind, but that's the way to do it. In fact, space at the rear is quite good. Good knee room, leg room. Under thigh support is decent. Hard plastics here, magazine holder here, huge door pockets, speakers a little cheap, tweeter placement, Harman Kardon 12 speaker system, quite nice. AC vent placement here, 2 USB-C charging sockets, some storage space here as well. You get a center armrest with twin cup holder. Center passenger also gets a head. Isofix child seat mounts. Hey buddy, what's up? And you get a light, you get a handle, you get a hook. No height adjustable front seat belts. Dashboard design actually looks quite nice. So they have aced it there, and you obviously get a panoramic sunroof which is quite big. So your rear seat is very impressive, including the door handle design which is fab. Leather here, dual stitching as well. So yes, BMW has gone bonkers in terms of offering a lot more features in the X1, and I know I'm going to say it a lot of times in this video, but yes, who expected the X1 to have so many features? And it has electric adjust along with memory function as well. I press a button there, the seat actually moves. Nice bolstering, seats are comfortable. Under thigh support is never an issue here. Dead pedal, in fact the brake pedal has sort of an aircraft there. This is to open the OBD thing, this is to open the hood of course. Light controls right there. Front door pockets also big enough. Look at this treatment. Oh my god, so freaking premium. Unlock the car, lock the car. And this is cheap, but rest of it is quite premium. Power window controls, one touch up and down. These are controls for the outside rear view mirror adjustment. Look at the dashboard. I am totally blown over. Wow, BMW. Wow. How have you managed this, yeah? And let's just move the steering, which is adjustable both for reach as well as rig. There's no heads up display. There's no seat ventilation. But it says key not recognized. Come on, recognize the key. Just kidding. The key's in my pocket. Here, you get a mirror along with a light. Same is the case here as well. You get a mirror along with a light. This is a 10.7 inch screen. This is a 10.25 inch screen. So this is sort of the curved display, the smallest what BMW offers. Otherwise, in the bigger cars and more premium cars, 14.9 inch is the size. Auto dimming mirror, of course. Light controls here. Okay, that's the SOS button. Light controls here. Let me just shut this. Yeah. How does it shut? There it shuts. Sunroof opens decent size. I pressed the button and there it is opening. Yeah, this finishing is decent for a entry level BMW, I would say, and it opens even further. That's huge. Well, that's what she says. Here, did I tell you this gets a mirror and light? That doesn't matter. What matters is look at the treatment. 2 AC vents here, one here, asymmetrical style. Glove box is decent size with this huge book which will tell you how to actually run your BMW owner's manual, which is approximately 425 pages big. That's big. Well, that's what she said. Happened twice in this video. Hard plastics here. This is cheap material. So some cheap materials lower down, and this is floating with some storage space below. Look at the amount of storage space, which is kind of cool. 2 USB-C charging sockets, but press this button and it opens that side, because this is made for left-hand drive markets, not for right-hand drive markets, which is kind of disappointing. Upright charging wireless charger right here. Yeah, very upright. And then once you put your phone, you can actually lock it in there. Quite cool. In fact, the steering feels nice to hold. Look at the treatment here. Yeah, amazing. The horn is also nice and loud. Proper controls here. So this is obviously for cruise control. This is for volume as well as to browse through the screen. So if I press this button, I can decide how I want the layout of the screen to be. So I can get into the menu and change a lot of things. Yeah, look at that. It's quite good. Yeah, very impressive how everything is so tactile. Let's do one thing. Let's actually get into the layout, because there are multiple layouts as well. So did I just say it too early? Yeah, there. I can change the layout. No matter what BMW does, this is just not impressive enough. The instrument cluster kind of feels old and dated, because the new one obviously, I mean, isn't as good as the old one. Air conditioning control right here. So there are no physical controls for the climate control, but you have to press the climate menu and then get into it. The air conditioning is very noisy. 5 is the maximum fan speed. Listen to this. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, it makes quite the racket. Yeah, it is very loud. So let's just shut this and get out. Usual BMW bits which you are getting in the latest BMW cars. So you get a lot of information like route preview, which is a compass, weather information, and then you can get vehicle information as well. And then the best thing is that it's got Apple CarPlay, which is obviously expected, which is wireless. The maps are actually quite good. Look at the quality of these maps. Fantastic as well. And then here you get widgets. Okay, I get into interior lighting, I get into ambience, and then I can change colors. There are actually 15 colors for the ambient lighting. Yeah, 15 colors for the ambient lighting, which is not as much as Mercedes cars, of course. But yeah, it is easy because it's like a widget. So here you can see a lot of information. In fact, you can also give 4 people access to the car's keys using a digital key. So it's got connected car tech as well. Get into seat comfort, and it will surprise you that it has got seat massage for the front seats. Not the full massage, it's more of lumbar massage. But yes, it's got seat massage, but it's not got seat ventilation. Why? That's kind of weird. Let's actually get into reverse, because this is the reverse parking camera. It says start reversing assistant. Okay, we shall do that. So here I will start reversing assistant. It says monitor your surrounding. I am doing that. Okay, I have to press the accelerator and brake manually because it's not the full deal. And look at that, reversing assistant works quite well. Such a feature in a car of this price, isn't that absolutely amazing? Okay, it's turning aggressively. End of route, it says. So we're just going to take the car a little ahead. Oh my god, the steering really turns very fast indeed. Just imagine the first generation of the X1 was so difficult to drive because of the heavy steering. Front and rear parking sensors almost everywhere. And here is the camera, of course. So let's get out of that. Menu is good. Let's listen to some audio right away, which means I have to press this button. Audio quality is actually quite good. I love the dashboard design, which is very impressive. 12 speaker audio system Harman Kardon, which is obviously good. automatic wipers, automatic headlights. We'll use the wipers while driving this car. Obviously, you get a rear wiper washer. Look at the amount of airiness inside this cabin, which is fantastic. Now, here you have a lot of buttons. This is for the hazard light. This is for volume control. This is for the parking sensor. This is to turn on the vehicle. And this is the gear selector. Doesn't have the gear lever anymore. Auto hold function. And there's something known as My Modes, which lets you change a lot of things. Just observe. Okay, just observe. I'll just activate the sport mode. Here it says dynamic driving. But what I don't like is now it's very gimmicky, because who needs something like digital art? What is this digital art in the instrument cluster? It's so weird and unnecessary. But yes, BMW is like, we have to try as hard as possible to sell you this car. So whenever I change something here, it changes the cluster mode as well with art and all that. Kind of weird. But yes, it's very feature loaded now, this car, the BMW X1. And of course, the interior is fantastic. The exterior is just like other BMW cars, but the interior is very unique, very nice, and it's quite comfortable as well. Of course, you have got two cup holders here, and you have got a 12-volt charging socket, two USB-C charging sockets. I was trying to lift this up. I am so freaking stupid now. Don't ask only. Check this out. So much storage space in this car. So this is obviously underpinned by the new FAR platform, which is ready to be electrified. And it says M right here as well. But let's do one thing. Let's start driving this BMW X1, because even though it has a lot of features, does it have the soul of a BMW? Alright, we're all set to go. First things, let's turn off the air conditioning. It's so noisy, and I've never heard a more noisy air conditioning system in any car. Let me actually change this display, because power meter, who wants to see? I don't know what's wrong with BMW, why it's trying to become Rolls Royce all of a sudden. And this one is also not that great. So we're just going to keep this where we can actually see the tachometer, and then I will actually come back here, change this into the G-force meter. Come on, it's kind of slow to react. It's quite shocking how slow this is. There's the G-force meter. Get into my modes, and I get into sport. With sport, I can activate the activation of traction control. So traction control system is off right now, and it doesn't really have sport displays or anything of that sort. But still, I will try to put something at least. So here, my BMW content, yeah, everything is fine, tire pressure and all that stuff. So we are going to come into adaptive content maybe, and here thankfully we have power and torque meters. Why was I so wrong? Into drive mode, into sport mode, hazard lights here, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. Traction control light is still blinking, so traction control is not completely off, but yes, it does quite the wheel spin. Yeah, this is front wheel drive, so obviously you would expect noisy suspension. You would expect that the wheels will spin. So this is a 2-liter diesel engine, which unfortunately has lost its mojo, because now it produces 150 horsepower. The older X1, the second generation model, was producing 190 horsepower. So it's lost 40 horsepower. BMW, why are you becoming Hyundai? Wait a second, Hyundai does not power nahi kam karte na, what do you call it, detune its cars. It is Maruti Suzuki which is offering all the features in the world, but detuning the cars like the same 103 horsepower in most of its cars. So BMW is doing a Suzuki now. Why would they do that? And obviously it feels quite nice to drive. It's nimble, agile and light on its feet, because this is underpinned by the FAR platform, which is a wider track. It can take electric motors as well. It can go full electric too. All that it can do. So that's the reason why it actually feels nice. But it is a front wheel drive car, and there is no X-Drive available in India. So don't call this an SUV. Call this a front wheel drive jacked up hatchback, because that's what it is. Or you can call it a crossover. Over speed breakers, there is no issue. It does its job very nicely. So oh my god, I like how it wheel spins. Front wheel drive car really wheel spin very madly. This being an automatic is also wheel spinning like mad. Around the corners, yeah, body roll is well contained. Yeah, but it's going into an understeer all of a sudden, because naturally this car is front wheel drive, so obviously understeer will come there. The wiper test has happened as well. Lot of spray on offer. This can actually clean a few cars which are standing around it. Obviously ride is not that great. I'm not happy with the ride, because firstly the suspension is noisy. You hear a lot of road noise, you hear a lot of tire noise as well, and then it feels a bit on the stiffer side, so it's not very composed like say the Audi Q3. In terms of power, it is not close to the Mercedes GLA, which is kind of unfortunate, because the Mercedes GLA obviously produces a lot more power, and it's also faster. This goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in a claimed 8.9 seconds. Meanwhile, the GLA goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 7.4 seconds. Obviously, there's no replacement for power. Torque output 360 Newton meters, just fine. Top speed around 210 km per hour, which is fast enough. This car obviously gets ADAS. It gets so many features now. It's become really premium. premium. Steering is good, it's not great. You know why? Because although it's direct enough, it doesn't offer much feel or feedback. It's responsive, but look at this. Okay, I don't feel the front wheels here, but I know I'm going to make it through, because this is at the end of the day a BMW and it performs like one. The petrol is even more hopeless. It produces 136 horsepower from a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine. I will not pay even a buck for a 3-cylinder engine, let alone pay 50 lakhs plus. And of course, the price of this car is much higher than that, because the M Sport variant is obviously more expensive, but you get a lot of kit, so I'm not complaining. This car has become really smooth, it's become really polished, it's easy to drive, it's fun, and the gearbox is also quick with shifts. And then I am now in manual mode. Let's see if I can manually control the gearbox. No, I can't. It redlines at 5000 RPM, which is still quite a lot for a diesel engine. Yeah, for a diesel engine, it's quite impressive. So the X1 has matured big time. The first generation of the X1 was extremely difficult to drive because the steering was really very hard. Every time I used to drive it, it was like a workout of sorts. This one is so easy to drive. The steering is light and nimble, and now it has got ADAS as well. So it's got forward collision warning, which should kick in. Oh no, it does not kick in probably when the traction control is off. So you have to actually change the My modes. I will just put it into this digital art nonsense. And here we are. Okay, gearbox into drive, regular drive mode. It's expressing like this and telling me, no, not working really ADAS. So that's kind of funny. But yes, ADAS obviously works really well because it also depends on what mode it has been set into. Easy menu, nice, I like it. And there's a boost button here. What is the boost button doing here? So it gives you 10 seconds of additional boost while you're driving this car. Sort of goes into sport mode, I think. So when you're driving in sport mode, that boost mode is of no use. Right now we are not in sport mode. Right now we are in some or the other mode, because these modes are like weird. So here, boost, I don't know if boost is active. Oh, there, it changed the cluster. It's saying boost. Oh my god, I feel like a Formula 1 driver with curves activated and then boost deactivated when I apply the brakes. Probably not, because that's 10 seconds of boost. Here, come on, give me boost again. There, boost activated, 10 seconds of boost. There, boost goes as soon as you lift off, kind of weird. So we're going to do a boost launch later on, obviously. The X1 is quite impressive, but at the end of the day, it is a front-wheel drive car. So BMW is never known to offer a lot of features. Obviously, certain features are still missing, but they've never been, they're never known to They are never known to offer a lot of features in the entry-level models, but here they are doing that, which begs the question, if you really want a lot of features, probably get a Hyundai or a Kia, or maybe even, I was going to say Toyota, but Toyota also is chindi in that regard. They don't give many features in their car. So you can opt for some other car like a Toyota Camry. Yeah, Toyota Camry, which has a lot of features. But if you're buying this car, you're obviously wanting it for the driving experience. And in that regard, a front wheel drive just doesn't cut it for me. At least they should have given the option of X-Drive. So I don't know why they did not do that and why they cut corners there. Let's downshift. Gearbox is responsive enough. Let's actually get into sport mode. Engine is very smooth. It's so smooth, it's so refined now. Unbelievably smooth an engine, unbelievably refined. Only thing is, higher end of the rev range now, there it becomes very vocal. So somewhere, firstly, get out of this stupid, what is this digital art, relax, expressive, just put it into sport mode. Activate that. There's an efficiency mode as well. So they've done topsy-turvy, thinking that, you know what, we are actually focusing on the younger audience who wants to buy a car with all those gizmos like expressive and digital art and all that. In fact, they also offer they offer real art in the Rolls-Royce Phantom, but that's a different thing altogether. In terms of braking performance, we should just do the brake test to find out how the brakes are. I believe under wet braking, it might not perform that well. Tires are fine and all that stuff. Hazard lights on, and oh, good brakes. Only thing is the phone fell down, but yeah, tires are not good. Hazard lights off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Come on, where's launch control? Engine is so boomy in the top end of the rev range. 1650 kgs is the weight of this car. 1600 plus kgs is the weight of this car, and this car is priced at rupees 59.43 lakhs. So there is just one variant for the diesel, which is this one, the S-Drive 18D. And in terms of petrol, there are actually two variants. So the diesel is standard available in M Sport, guys. The petrol is available in X line as well as M Sport. So you have two variants there, which is kind of entry level. The first variant, the X line, is obviously entry level. The result is that the petrol is actually more expensive for the M Sport. I don't know why they charge 97,000 more for the petrol. Isn't the diesel usually more expensive than the petrol? Maybe there might be some features in that car which are not there in this particular car, but I really don't like that petrol, and I will never ever recommend anyone to buy a car with 136 horsepower for 60 lakh rupees. That's a lot of money. Sorry, no, I completely refuse that. Now, not happening at all. So as I see it, the X1 has matured a lot, but it has lost its soul in the progress. The first generation was the best to drive, but looked the worst. It looked like a station wagon. This one has a lot of creature comforts. It's very well done in terms of interiors, and features are also plenty, and it drives smoothly and is easy to drive as well. Steering is nice and easy to twirl and all that, but it has lost its soul. At the end of the day, it uses a front wheel drive architecture. It is a Mini Cooper with a BMW badge and nothing else. So if you're looking for a Mini Cooper, you probably should go and buy one, not buy this car. Maybe spend a bit more and get the real BMW, because a real BMW comes with rear wheel drive like the 3 Series. That's the reason they've actually discontinued the 3 Series' normal wheelbase version. Now it's only available in GL, Grand Limousine. The long wheelbase version, the prices start at around 74-ish lakhs. So very expensive now, the 3 Series. And then you think you're paying 10 lakhs more than this car for the 3 Series, might as well pay 10 lakhs more to get the M340i, and then you keep paying 10 lakhs more and eventually get the BMW M5 competition. Okay, let's come to a halt, and I'm going to do that a little smoothly. Brakes are nice, and this car is very engaging to drive, in spite of the fact that steering forgot all the feel in Germany only, and then it came to India without it. Wheel spins in plenty, in spite of the fact there is turbo lag lower down in the rev range, but lower down is when the engine feels smooth. Mid range is nice, top end is kind of loud and boomy, but then if you like the diesel clatter like I do, you would love it. The range actually started rupees 56.72 lakhs for the base version of the BMW X1, which is obviously the petrol. Avoid it at all costs. Avoid this car also if you can get the 3 Series, nothing like it, because that is the real BMW. That is a BMW which will put a massive smile on your face when you turn on traction control and go around the corner and the car actually oversteers. And then you realize that life is important and it's best to have fun by updating your skills, because that car requires skill to drive. This anyone can drive. Look at me, just cornering with full throttle. Nothing's going to happen, because this is just another front wheel drive jacked up hatchback without 4-wheel drive available in India. Globally it might be available, but I don't care. I don't like the X1 much. Even though it is the best version of the X1 today, I would rather get a BMW 3 Series, and I would suggest the same to you as well. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. We'll take a quick U-turn so you can also see how is the maneuverability of this car. It's maneuverable, it's light, it's agile, it doesn't feel its weight at all. In fact, it's so nimble now that I enjoy pushing it hard and fast, but then just temporary fun. Once I sit in a 3 Series, now I'm in another league altogether. Come on BMW, don't dilute your brand, because as I see it, Mercedes is just going up, BMW is going down with all those tacky designs coming up in their latest cars, and then obviously front wheel drives and all. It's not that Mercedes is not guilty of the same crime. Mercedes, okay, listen to this. No, it just did not wheel spin. I was surprised. So Mercedes is also diluting its brand by offering front wheel drive jacked up hatchbacks like GLA and the A-Class limousine and the CLA, and Audi's always offered front wheel drive cars in the entry level like the A3 and the A4, and the A6 is also front wheel drive. Otherwise they offer you 4-wheel drive, which is known as Quattro. Audi does not offer rear wheel drive. I think the era of the best cars is going, because cars are becoming more of gadgets. I mean, I don't need a seat massage, I need more power, which means that I should use the boost mode here. Where is the boost mode? See, boost mode is not working right now. Now it is. I don't know why it says 10. Maybe it's for 10 seconds. I leave the throttle, boost mode goes, which means we should actually launch this car with the boost mode activated to see what exactly does it do. It really doesn't do dramatically too much, because I really don't feel that I have more performance as such. But then who doesn't like all these gimmicks of pressing the boost mode, because it's like NOS. For 10 seconds or less, you just live in another sphere of life, thinking that yes, I've got more oomph, more performance, and I love the way these things dance. and it's a BMW, so it obviously has to sound like one, at least in terms of the horn. But BMW is diluting its brand. Fake exhaust, hidden exhaust, all that they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. There's no need to do it at all. Manual mode, come on, let's see, will it hold on to a gear? I also don't like the fact that I don't have Tiptronic function anymore, because the gear lever is gone. There's this button here. I don't like a button. Oh please, I don't like a button. Don't do that to me. Just go ahead, close your eyes and get the BMW 3 Series. Is all I can say. That is the best car in this segment by far. I was thinking it will hold on to a gear. I don't know why it does not do that. It's downshift. It shows me that it's downshifted to first, but it's still in third. So this thing is the meter and what the gearbox is doing, they are not in sync. This guy is in another country, this guy is in another country. Both of them are not on talking terms. One of them has definitely blocked the other, and that's the reason they are not in sync, which is kind of funny. Let me upshift and let's try and get it into top gear. 7-speed gearbox, of course, so we are in 7th gear right now, and there it downshifts in manual mode also. Usually cars don't downshift in manual mode. They're like, okay, we are in manual mode, we will not downshift, you only do it yourself. Yeah, they do upshift, but at least downshift control they give. Now cars are not going to give you any control whatsoever, and obviously ADAS is not very sensitive, so it only kicks in when it really needs to. Otherwise it's not going to kick in. You can feel the road noise, the bumps and all. Body roll is well contained somehow, so even though it is you're like sitting higher up, body roll is well contained. You can't take this off-road because there's no 4-wheel drive system here, but honestly most people will not really care about it. Most people will be happy with the efficiency of this car, which is claimed at 20.37 kilometers per liter. Yes, ARAI claim is 20.37 kilometers per liter. The petrol is obviously less efficient because petrol engines are less efficient, in spite of the fact that it has 500cc less displacement. However, in the real world, you should get somewhere between 10 to 15 kilometers per liter depending on your driving style. Drive it like a lunatic, like I'm doing right now. Obviously, efficiency is going to tank big time as well. And I don't know why it's using the wipers when it's not even raining right now. Grip levels are good. I somehow feel the tires are not that great under really heavy braking. You stand on the brakes now, there's this judder coming. Okay, hazard lights off. Time to use the boost button. And there, off we go. Yeah, boost is on. Oh, wheel spin. Now it held on to a gear. Now it's also holding on to a gear, so it's in a mood of its own when it wants to hold on to a gear. When it doesn't want to, it will simply not do it. And now from 3rd gear onwards, yeah, the boost mode works till the time you are pinned onto the throttle. As soon as you lift off, boost mode will stop working. So they know that anyways, because of speed limits, you cannot use boost modes for long. And I don't think boost mode ever. Am I eating my word? Did I say some boost mode beach mein? I think the boost mode is a nice gimmick, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't make you feel faster. It only makes you psychologically feel faster, and that's that. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. Let's keep dancing here and there. Why is the okay? That's a turbo boost pressure which is changing. I thought the tire pressure. Why is it changing so fast? And that said, this has a small turbo, which is okay because this is the entry level BMW. Just get the X3 if you want an SUV. Boost mode is actually funny. I realized that, okay, I turn on boost, now the timer will start. So if I'm on part throttle now, it's fine. I get into full throttle, I don't know what happens. So this boost mode is confusing, and when you let go of the throttle, it will automatically shut off.